conditional, which is why it doesn't give you anything. When your attention becomes conditional, it means you become more focused. It means that you have a purpose, and that purpose is not being interfered with. There are no jamming signals or frequencies against it, and your intention and your attention are working together to move you forward against all the obstacles that the beast will put before you. And so I applaud those who actually are asking questions on this level, because the mind is where they're attacking. That's where the war is going to take place. They already told you that we do not fight against men. We fight against principalities in high places. They talk about high places, they're talking about higher frequencies. So when you have that type of attention, brother, and you're dealing with the attention and you're sparsely giving it out, and when you give it out in small pieces. You do not open up yourself completely to the type of nonsense that's going on. Make sure that the money that you pay, that you call the psycho-spiritual currency that you pay with your attention, make sure that you are getting back what that attention has actually been released for. In other words, when your attention is being given, when you're paying it, what are you receiving back? Make
Okay.
sure that whatever you're receiving back is worth it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Thank
the
you.
question, my brother. Take it. All right, peace. All right, let's keep it moving. We started off great so far, y'all. We started off great. I could just imagine how the workshop is gonna be. This Rico, your device is not connected, Rico. So I gotta keep it moving to Razor Sharp. What's happening, brother?
How you doing? How you doing? First, just want to say thank you
All
to
right.
both of you. And my question is, so I'm extremely sensitive to all energies, everything around me. I've been dealing with this for a while. I do acupuncture, I do qigong, you name it. So, as I went into a dip dive, I was told by someone who's currently kind of like a life coach for me. He said that non-physical beings sometimes travel through power lines. I'm just wondering if this is something you've ever heard about, or if there is any truth to it, or because I'm in the process of moving, and I bought all this feng shui books, and I'm trying to figure things out. So just seeking
Yeah,
some advice.
yeah, that's a good question. This very thing that you're doing right now with me is non-physical. So non-physicality can travel through any forms or medium of constraint energies. In other words, if I have a wire that conducts energy, thought is energy, different types of ideas are energies, they permeate the atmosphere. So anything that you have as an electronic device that consolidates energy into specific patterns for communication, you can have entities that can actually align themselves with that energy. And that's why you have to be very careful about the words that you intone in your mind while you're listening to the music, especially. The music is definitely a place where they are actually using demonic frequencies to open up certain ideas that they're placing in the atmosphere, in the waters above you, so that you are now, through precipitation, through consciousness, they call precipitation. You are, it was this precipitation and condensation. Those two things that you see that happen in waters happen in ideas as well.
Hmm,
So, since you are in water, condensation of thought and consciousness, precipitation of thoughts and consciousness are the same. You can actually intone demonic frequencies or frequencies that I will speak about tomorrow on Sunday that cause your energy, cause your whole reality to spiral downward into the lower frequencies, into the lower chakras. And that's what they're doing with the music. They're using demonic frequencies to offset the higher frequencies that would open your first eye. So yes,
thank
you're on point with that. I would be very careful about the signals that you allow into your home and into your brain and into your house, into your TV, into everything. Get yourself, and I say this before we go, get yourself there's this blanket that you can get. It's a little expensive that you could put over your TV, like what I put over my TV, what I put over my computer, that blocks out any energies that they can actually reverberate through your TV while it's off.
God. All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you,
Hmm.
my brother. All right, peace. All right, all right. Let's keep it moving to My brother David, well, I ain't see you in a while, man. What's going on, Dave?
And what's going on with you? I hope y'all doing well. Really good to see y'all.
Doing great, my brother. I like that. What's your question, my
I
brother?
appreciate you. Yo, my question is that just by doing some clearing work and you doing a lot of shadow work and you just, in those places where you kind of, we're not kind of, but you are expanding. What is the best way? Because I think I'm having a hard time with this to integrate that old person or the old persona that you kind of created. Because that persona you created protected you, was there for you, but now that it's not necessarily needed the way that it was needed, you need something. You're a new person and that kind of thing. How do you integrate that, or what's the best way to integrate that, or some suggestions to integrate that to everything else you want to do moving forward?
Well, that's because you're looking at it as two separate things.
Right.
It's not. When you think that you're moving from something old into something new, all you're doing is refining yourself.
Mm.
We live in a place where duality exists. So we have a tendency to deal with things in dual purposes. They're not. It's all one thing.
Right.
And when you come out of the fact that it's actually a movement within your own developing consciousness, you
Mm.
don't see it as something separate from what you were before as old and something that is new. All I see is refinement.
Mm. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. I like that question, David. I really like that
Yeah,
one.
good question.
Appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all keep doing your thing, yo. Keep blessing us
You
and keeping us, ahead of all the different games and tricks. So
you
appreciate y'all.
you, you, uh
Brother.
you coming to the workshop on Sunday, Dave?
I gotta work and my daughter's gotta
Okay.
dance, so I won't
I
be
hear
able
you.
to be
I hear
available.
you. It's
All
all
right,
good. It's all good. But
all
I'll
right.
see you next time. I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Y'all take care.
All right, peace. All right, let's keep it moving. We got a UBU Studios. What's happening, my brother?
Man, what's up, Rich and Doc? How y'all doing?
All
All
right.
right, brother, looking like what's his name? Redman.
Oh, word. Say, Doc, man, whatever, man. Say, bro, I got nothing but love for you, bro. I've been rocking with you for years. Rich, thank you for this platform, my brother. Everything is organized to the T, exactly like I would expect nothing less from you, my brother, for real, for real. But
Thank you.
look, Doc, this is my question, right quick, right? I really want you to get into them demogorgons. You feel me?
Oh,
Ethereal, Ariel,
mm.
Medusa, and Stano. You understand? And
Yeah, I would not be able to do that because it would go too deeply into what it is that got this brother knocked off the air the last time. So
Mm,
I don't mind doing it, but in the Patreon, I might be able to do that. But
mm.
if I start doing Medusa and dealing with the Gorgon and the whole 9 yards, then I have to put it into what's happening today and
Wow.
how they are using it and weaponizing that particular factor today at the microscopic level. So,
Yeah.
right, that's it.
right. So I'm registered for the seminar this weekend. So we going over that?
No, well, I'm going to touch it based on the superconscious. I'm not going to get down into the minutia of it, but when I do have my webinar, the Web Archive webinar coming up, then they definitely that particular one that I did, which I believe what was it called, Blood Wars.
Mm.
That's what that came out in Blood Wars. If you remember Blood Wars,
Yeah. So Doc, if you can't answer them questions, then I'm gonna ask the general public one because I know Rich got it popping with at least 2,000 people in here. You feel me?
yes,
People want to know about the XRP and the XLM. You feel me?
oh
What's
yes,
up? What's up with the hacking with the XRP, right?
yeah.
And what's going on? Because I know that's going to be the new thing going forward in the future. I just
Mhm.
really wanted you to like expound on that and get the people up to date on that because we got a lot of bread in the XLM, the XDC, the ADA, right? The H bar. You heard me?
All right, brother,
And,
you
and
on it now? You on the
that
future? Mhm.
and a quant. So I just wanted you to
Yes,
spill the
quantum,
beans
right.
on that a little bit. You feel me? We could touch on that without getting our brother Rich with the algorithms, with the AI intelligent
Mhm.
alarm system ringing off. You feel me?
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm glad that you're doing this, that you're doing this for your family because what you're doing is time traveling. You're living in the future right now, and you are setting your future now. You are plowing the soil for your future and for your family. I could tell you that don't go for the FUD, what they call fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Right now, it's going to be real deep because those who don't want you to actually to profit from what's getting ready to go down. They want to maintain you in that slave mode. This is taking you outside of that. You're gonna have to sit. This is a long journey. This is something that they want to flesh you out. They're going to put all kind of garbage out. They're going to say, "Oh, why is it that XRP ain't rising with Bitcoin, for example?" And Bitcoin is who's buying up Bitcoin? Nothing but the people who's playing the game at that level. You can't really buy Bitcoin now because the damn thing is $40,000 for a coin. Who got money for one coin? You
Mm.
don't. So what you're doing is they're playing games. They're playing at an elite level that you can't play in, and they're making you believe that that's where the worth is because it's worth so much money. But it is not the future. The very thing that I did in one of my webinars when I spoke about who it is that Satoshi Nakamura was, the very word Satoshi Nakamura comes down to being Central Intelligence in Japanese. That's what it means. So Satoshi is not really a person, it's a group of people who created Bitcoin to circumvent the happening of World War III because of what we're dealing with as far as the currencies are concerned and what's getting ready to go when they start the banks start taking your money and you can't get access to it. So what I'm saying to you right now is make sure that you deal with gold, silver, copper, and platinum. The gold is God's money. Silver is the queen's money that you're talking about. These are the 2 and 3 and 4 different properties of wealth that they call God's money. Get those and put those aside because gold getting ready to hit 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 7,000, 10,000. Why? Because they need to deal with the quadrillions. They need the worth for the dollar to go up. So what's going to happen is once XRP is put into the system, all the money that they're holding for the Rostro when all the money that each one of the banks around the world are holding in order for it to do a business, all that money is going to come back to them. In other words, I'm here in the United States. I want to send money to Switzerland. Switzerland needs to hold US dollars in order to be able to verify the transaction. Once the cryptocurrency gets into it, that money is going to come back to us. That money is going to come back and be part of the liquidity necessary to do business transcontinentally. So yeah, I would say put your money aside, get your crypto, sit on it like an egg ready to hatch. Don't go. It's, oh my God, it's dropped down to 40. Oh my God, it's going all the way to 57. Sit on it and wait. This is a waiting game. That's all I can say to you right now.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Gotcha, Doc. Much love, man. Blessings to you.
peace,
Thank
my
you.
brother. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Rich, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I love y'all both. For
Thank you,
real.
brother. Thank you.
All right, bro.
All right. Let's get to shout out to that brother right there.
Hmm.
Let's get to the next question. Who's this? Dr. Zach Caxo. I don't know if I said that right.
It's Chuck Cachocho. Greetings. I'm
Chaka Chocho.
contacting you from the rainforest of the Yucatan. We call it the Yakutanai, but you all call it the Yucatan rainforest. And I had a question for Dr. Valentine. Um, here in my homeland, a lot of the information exchange is a lot more organic, less human centric, more ecocentric.
Hmm.
Ecocentric in a sense that there's a deep understanding that we are a part of a system, a web, a mycelium mandala, an organic internet, as opposed to a human centric uh, based understanding of a lot of the sciences and things that I see being exchanged on this channel and other channels. And I would like to see what you have to say about that, as far as the ecosystems, the fact that abundance is perpetual within nature, and the fact that they're trying to have us focus on a scarcity mind to keep us locked into a specific matrix that they are in full control of. Thank you.
Well, what I could say to you in the old Mayan, Iva Maya Maho, I am another yourself, and I understand exactly what you're speaking about. Uh, the Mandelas that used to be put down, especially by the people that call themselves the Navajo, that was the way they communicated. The specific Mandelas would then speak to them based upon if you look at your particular sigil that you have there, that sigil is a programming. That programming there that you put up there is causing the intonation of certain frequencies that bring about a certain set of information that is picked up on the subtle levels of the consciousness of each human being. So yes, we communicated with trees. I grew up in the bush. I knew about the fact that communicating with trees and how trees communicated with you, how the birds talked to you based upon how the wind spoke to them. I understand that we had our own Wi-Fi system, and that Wi-Fi system was nature itself. We knew how to speak and plug into it, and those Mandelas that you see there was one of the ways that we plugged into her Wi-Fi system. So yes, everything that they're trying to do is to get you out of that matrix and put you into what they call the that there's a the Wi-Fi that they're placing around you right now is a kind of matrix that they want to take you out of and place you in it. And to place you in that matrix, the matrix that they control is the AI system. The AI system is to take over the natural system that you're dealing with, the one you're talking about. That AI system is creating a virtual reality. That virtual reality is the reality that they want you to step away from your reality, the true reality, and step into the AI that has created the reality they want to control. And the system over the last 2 or 3 years, and what they did to those people worldwide, based upon what we see as the lockdown that came about, that was to get you prepared for and to become, uh, I guess, dependent upon the new system that they put in place. And the AI has been making templates of you. They took your energy signature because each person has a neural energy signature that is completely unique to them. And that neural energy signature, that electrical system that runs through your body, has a pattern that is unique to you. The AI now knows that pattern and is building a entity that matches your pattern, that looks like you, sounds like you, and acts like you. They're creating a whole other reality. That's why they're conditioning you to get in behind these gargles and get into that world, because that's the only world that they're going to be right now, that they actually want you to be in. They want you comfortably numb because they don't need your work anymore. They don't need you plowing fields. They have machines. They don't need you manning computers. The computers man themselves. They don't need organic bodies. They need to get rid of as many of them as possible so that they can have their own utopic world, which is not with you, in other words.
Hey,
Thank
I
you.
yeah, indeed, I appreciate your question, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Sorry it took so long. I had to
It's,
get, because
no.
he had a very good point about the fact that we had a system of communication with the spirit.
Indeed, you see, you brought it up, Doc. So you ain't messing with them Apple goggles at all, huh? The Vision
No,
Pro.
no, no. That's the conditioning process to get your mind to create certain synapses. When you put those on, your brain is using the materials that create specific neural ganglia that creates the memory patterns in your brain. So when you become conditioned by the lights and all the different things that are in the virtual world, they're actually giving your brain information that you don't know that you're getting.
Mm,
And that information is actually forming a whole different ganglionic matrix inside of your brain that they're going to tap into with the 5G, 6G, 7G, 10G, all the way up. All of these different ways, these different ways that they're dealing with technology is to get into the electrical system that runs your consciousness.
mm,
Once they get that and tap into that, they can always manipulate the way you think and what you think.
mm. Whew, wow. All right, let's keep it moving. Where the sisters at? I noticed I got a lot of brothers in the back, and I guess the sisters be shy sometime to come on camera. But let's keep it moving. We got Jonathan next. Jonathan Crawford.
Hello.
I'm hearing an echo, Jonathan. You have anything on that?
Can you hear me now?
Check, check, check. Yeah, no, I'm hearing echo. Wanna check, check, check. Yeah, it's something with your system when you put it on mute. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, something we got Barry Tone Jones. What's going on, Barry
Hey, what's
Tone?
good, guys? Can y'all hear?
Yes, you good?
What's happening? What's happening? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool, cool. Appreciate y'all for letting me onto the platform and everything that y'all have done in y'all's whole career in the first place. Very, very grateful. OG, I was wondering if you could speak on some advanced grounding tips as we move into this very, very crazy technological advances.
Hmm. Good point. Get yourself a Faraday cage and begin to create Faraday cages. All right. The Faraday cage is a way
How you
that you
spell Faraday?
Faraday, Faraday cage. That's how you protect all your electronic instruments and how you protect yourself against the type of frequencies that they're going to be using to somnambulistically intone and embed frequencies that have specific types of information and different ways that they're going to control you to make you believe that the thoughts that you're thinking belong to you, and they don't.
So how do you use that when grounding? Because brother,
Well, the Faraday cage is what you put around your bed. They have different types of. You can look it up online. There are people that are actually working it. You could put your cell phones in it. You could put all of your. In fact, there are people now, very smart people, who are building homes now that are actually building it into the walls
mm,
so that they can't actually, they have these beams that they can shoot and see your outlet and see your side, see who you are, see who's inside, and so forth. The Faraday cage definitely takes you out of that. There's other people who put it into their shoes, who have it in the inside of the soles of their shoes, and they have it in their coats and shirts, and put it in their hat. They even have Faraday hats so that they can't mess with your.
Oh,
damn, powerful. Hey, brother
yo, I
Barry, I
never
want
heard
to.
of that.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question, my brother.
For sure.
You
Y'all
hear me?
stay up. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's see if Rico got his. Rico, are you there, Rico?
Peace and blessings. Can y'all brothers hear me?
Yes, sir.
All praises, all praises. So as far as all of this mind reading technology, is any of it correlated with the test that they were administering for that so-called plague the past few years? And if this is something,
We're not talking about that, brother. Do you have another question?
No, I will buy a ticket for the event. Thank you.
Appreciate it, my brother. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got to move strategic and be smart, family. Phil's going to discuss all of that on Sunday at the workshop, but let's make sure we keep this particular talk up because this is a real good one and it's important. And we got to protect this channel as well. Let's get to Royale Obey. Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Peace, peace,
How
peace.
y'all doing?
All right.
Peace. Thank you for having me on. I just had a question. When I was young, I had a dream that I was flying through the air and I was going through the clouds, and there was like a field around me. I couldn't see all the way around me, but from my perception, it was all around me, and it kind of looked like how kaleidoscopes look when you look at the kaleidoscope, you're changing it. And when I started awakening, and I started like doing meditation and sun gazing and different things like that, I started seeing that same field in this reality. Do you have any idea what that could be?
Well, inside of your eyes are water, and they carry specific color variations in the form of particles, and they deal with the color variations that you see. Sometimes what happens is they don't coalesce into the natural colors that you see around you. And when you meditate, they tend to disperse and become individual. So that kaleidoscopic energy that you're feeling around you is essentially what it is your brain is actually expressing, because the meditation that you're actually in is not focused, it's not concentrating on anything at this point. So when your brain begins to concentrate, remember your brain is what actually consolidates reality. Reality will fly
Right.
apart. So the specific particulates, the particles that create the reality that you are seeing, you're now saying, okay, I no longer want to deal with this world. I don't want to deal with the specific, the firmness of this world. What makes this particular thing a thing? So in your meditation, you're no longer you're not consolidating reality. What you're doing is you're causing what reality is comprised of to just go, give me the contents of what you are comprised of. And that's where you start seeing all these colors. And those colors essentially are there for
Oh.
you to be able to use them to consolidate a reality. Very few people can actually do that, to consolidate the reality that you want for the future. That happens in sex as well. When you have a woman that's working tantra with you, you can do that because then you are dispersing everything and you're focusing it on just pure energy that you're raising from your kundalinis. At that point, she can actually hold on to a vision while she's going through orgasm, and that vision becomes imbued with her energy, and you've created a baby energy, a baby signature in the atmosphere that can come to life, that can come real.
Awesome.
You
Hey,
know,
Wow.
did I answer
I
your question, my brother?
would, I would,
I thought I appreciate it.
I would like to see you take, notice. I'm not, I'm not no aspersions, but NASA, what you're looking on your chest right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to. You and I would have to talk about what that is, and the repping of what that actually means, because
Okay.
that's going to be an impediment to the freedom that your mind seeks, because they're there to make sure it stays in lockup.
Mm.
I hear you.
Just
All
be
right,
careful, beloved. Just be careful, beloved. Just want you to know that.
okay. Thanks for the
I
question.
know. I appreciate you.
Peace,
Yeah.
brother. Peace, peace. Doc, we might have to, Doc. I'm gonna give you a call. The next Patreon I do with you, I think I want to do it on Tantra. You got that'll be fire. That'll be
Love to do that. I did a whole thing. One of my lectures on there from back in the '90s. I
back in.
had.
I think I vaguely remember that
Yeah,
you back in.
yeah,
Yeah, we need a up to date version. I'm gonna call you. I know you got a lot going on this weekend. I'll call you next week and try to
yeah.
set something up for later in the week.
Sounds like a plan.
That you heard it here first. Me and Doc got a new Patreon coming late next week, y'all. Oh, I can't wait for that one. Let's get to the next caller. We got my brother Dean. Dean, I ain't see you in a while. What's going on, my brother?
How you doing, brother Rich?
Oh, I'm doing great. What's happening?
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, you frozen.
My
Dean.
headset going out.
Oh, here it is. There you
Dean.
are.
Yeah, Dean. Yeah, your audio. I can't hear you.
It's a shame. I hate when this happens.
Yeah.
People really have been waiting to come in.
To come in and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, here you are.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
Um, there was something you said. Thank you for taking me in, brother Rich, Dr. Valentine. It's always a pleasure. Just to listen. There was something you touched on the other night, brother Rich, and you were talking about Bobby Hemmett.
Mhm.
And it's funny because I was actually watching a lecture that he did, and he talked about this transitional point.
Mhm.
And he was like, he felt like he was going crazy. And he said, he described him snapping on you and going off on you, and he called you back. But I remember that. And I think I'm going through this dark night of the soul. And I had to question me. I had to question my ego and I had to question myself. But I found something profound where I was like, it's something that I think we unconsciously do because we have a savior complex. And I understood something that was so important was that ain't nobody coming to save you and you really got to save yourself. And however I had to wake up my soul, I had to wake it up.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's frozen now. He's frozen
He's
now, Doc.
frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could just.
Yeah, Dean.
Yeah.
Dean, if you could ask the question because you keep
Yeah,
coming
no,
in
I
and
was
out.
just saying, what, when you see these solar flares and you relate it to yourself and all these changes in the atmosphere, do you go into your place of, okay, these solar flares are making a change, I need to change with it? I'm reading this book like ISIS D.
Okay, I understand the question, and I think that as I was speaking to the beloved brother before you about that NASA and the entire way that they have given you a specific narrative about the reality of our world. The
Mhm.
solar flares are actually a cleansing mechanism that the sun gives off in
Yep.
order to purge the atmosphere of thoughts that would cause certain types of energies to actually wreak havoc on this planet. You're talking about what's getting ready to go down, where they talk about uh, hurricanes and volcanoes. All of these, the solar flares, the sun, you have to stop looking at the sun as something 95 million miles away. It's not 92 million miles away. That's nonsense. The
Hmm.
sun is about maybe 5,500 miles in the air. It
Hmm.
is not circling, we're not circling it, it's circling above us.
Hmm.
And what it is we are in a gigantic cyclotron. I see behind you that you have a lot of schematics, which means that your mind is one that regulates and works to deal with solutions at the microscopic level. So I can actually address you at that level. The
Okay.
sun essentially is there to not only give the cyclotron, the movement that you see there, the electromagnetic field that we're working on, it is there to actually manage the electromagnetic field that we're using that we call our atmosphere. It's there as a computer to make sure that it monitors the life forms on the planet and whatever it is that is going to disturb that. Every time a certain level of time comes around, and they can actually say that they can look at the sun and say, oh, here comes a flare, get ready for the flare. The flare is the way that the consciousness that created the sun cleanses the atmospheres and prepares the atmosphere for what is new. It is
Okay.
not bad, it is good.
Mm.
That's what I felt that. I felt like it's a
Hmm.
communication and I'm taking it as information. It's
Yes,
going through the earth and the
indeed.
earth is, our frequencies are changing. The
In
human
your breath,
resonance is changing.
in your breath.
Right?
You have to understand that what it does is it permeates the atmosphere as the solar energies that you see permeating the waters of life. That light that you see coming through the atmosphere, that atmosphere is water. And what you're dealing with is programming information. This is light code transmissions. That's
Okay.
what the sun flares are. Some
Hmm.
come, there are certain transmissions that are already there that just give you them in a very benign manner. And then there's abrupt changes that are necessary that the sun gives out, and all of a sudden things start happening. Or
Yeah.
okay, that's the marginalization. Do not fear that because they want you to fear it. They want you
Yeah.
to think that all the communications get messed up. Yeah, but what's been communicating through those lines? What kind of hate and crap and pornography and all child molesting and all this kind of stuff that's been communicating through those lines? The sun flares are there. That's your Jesus wreaking havoc against the so-called the people in the temples, the so-called people in the temples. What
Well,
is the temple? The temple is the corporate entities that are out there feeding
mhm.
up all this crap to our people. So your
Yep.
Jesus is one is just knocking out communications